Hi there, my name is Veronica Murakeo, and I'm the Senior Legal Officer at Johnvents Group. With me today is...
My name is Saloni Goyal, and I work as Head of Founders Office and Sustainability at Johnvents Group. Nice to be here with you, Veronica,
Oh,
today.
nice to have you here, Saloni. Today, we'll be talking about the 2025 Johnvents Group Sustainability Report. Now, when people think about sustainability reporting, they often assume it marks the beginning of a company's sustainability journey. For Johnvents, however, the journey began long before this report. From the launch of the 150,000 Cocoa Farmers Empowerment Program in 2022 to our growing investments in responsible sourcing, farmer development, traceability, and climate resilience, sustainability has increasingly become embedded in how we do business. This brings me to my first question. Johnvents has been implementing sustainability initiative for years. Why was this the right time to release the 2025 sustainability report?
Yeah, so we believe this was the right time because we had started building a more integrated ESG management system. So we did not want to publish a report for the sake of publishing one. We wanted to do it at a point when our systems, data, and governance were strong enough to align with the international reporting and compliance expectations. This report is prepared using a robust data collection and validation process through Iris Carbon. So, we had established last year some measurable baselines for carbon emissions, water, waste, health safety, and responsible sourcing across our processing facilities and wider value chain. We had also completed a CSRD aligned double materiality assessment, which helped us understand both our impact and the ESG issues that could affect the business. So, this is not just a sustainability report, it has been prepared in line with the GRI framework. So, it's a GRI compliant report and gives us a credible starting point to show where we are today, what we have achieved, and where we still need to improve.
Wow, fantastic. So, having taken a quick glance at the report myself, one thing that stands out in the report is the clear structure provided by Johnvents Sustainability Framework. So, Saloni, today, could you walk us through the three pillars of Johnvents Sustainability Strategy and how each one impacts operations?
Yeah, thanks, Veronica. So, the easiest way to explain our approach is through these three pillars: protecting the environment, empowering people, and governing responsibly. So, a quick glimpse of all these pillars. Protecting the environment is about how we manage emissions, water, waste, biodiversity, deforestation risk, both at the farm and within our processing operations. Empowering people means supporting farmers, protecting human rights, maintaining safe workplace, and strengthening the communities connected to our business. And governing responsibly means having the right policies, oversight, control, and accountability in place. These pillars are closely connected. As we have grown into a more global company, they have become even more important because we need to maintain consistent and responsible standards wherever we source and process or sell our products. Ultimately, good governance is what helps us turn our environmental and social commitments into real actions that can be monitored and improved over time.
Okay. So I hear a lot of big, sustainability language in the mix. And I'm saying, let's break it down for our non-learned colleagues at home. How do these pillars impact our day-to-day operations in our factories all over Nigeria?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So so generally it starts with the top-down approach from the board, wherein we make sure. So as board also has clear KPIs and a TOR they need to deliver on. So we have clear framework system. So we make sure the system or the structure is right, and then it goes throughout. It goes like throughout the organization in terms of clear owners, actionable items, everything, and then there is a bottom up approach because we have executed or implemented these systems. Then we have a lot of data coming in from like the ground, like from farm processing facilities, and that is what helps us get real tangible understanding of what's really happening, what is it we need to work on. So that helps us with the data driven decision making in our day to day lives and kind of come up with plans accordingly.
Yeah. So sustainability is everyone's duty. Shareholders today are increasingly interested in outcomes rather than intentions, right? How does Johnvent translate its sustainability commitments into real actions across its operations and value chains?
Great. So I think for us, execution is key. So the starting point is quite simple. Every commitment must have a clear system, an accountable owner, a measurable action, and a defined timeline. But this is not something that uh, lies with only one team, like you rightly mentioned, right? It runs in our business, so it is embedded in how our business runs. One, and it influences how we work with farmers, how we operate facilities, how we manage quality, our people, how we sell our products, how we oversee risk and compliance. So it's like a cross-functional working environment that we have. This becomes even more important as we have grown across different countries, different markets. We need the same level of responsibility and accountability to be reflected across businesses, facilities, value chains. To give an example, our
Okay.
GRI reporting framework covers more than 100 disclosure indicators. And for the ease of execution internally, our management has divided them into 15 core KPIs that are tracked on a monthly basis and also reported to board on a quarterly basis. So, our environment and social action plan helps us translate our priorities into specific actions. We then use regular performance reviews and digital monitoring systems to track progress, identify gaps, and continuously improve. So this is how it the entire ecosystem works. And yeah, so we have continuous oversight from board and leadership level, supported by defined indicators as well at that level. So accountability runs through the organization rather than just sitting with the sustainability team, like you mentioned. Yeah.
So I hear a lot of tracking, and I imagine that having to do this manually would actually take a lot of time. So I'm guessing technology has been deployed, right? So climate change, traceability, satellite technology, and regulations like the EUDR are shaping the future of agric, right? How is John Vance responding to these opportunities and challenges?
Yeah. So at Johnvents, responsible and traceable sourcing is at the core of the operations, and we are integrating it directly across our value chains.
Okay.
So, for example, we have mapped more than 150,000 hectares across our sourcing regions. That gives us a strong foundation for transparent and responsible supply chain, which is increasingly important as we serve international markets. Our response to climate change also starts at the farm. We promote climate smart practices such as agroforestry, intercropping, conservation, and integrated pest management. We also train farmers on the responsible use of fertilizers, chemicals, so that the production does not come at the expense of soil health, water, or biodiversity. Technology, like you rightly mentioned, then helps us manage risk at scale, brings in transparency to the entire system. So we use GPS data, Global Forest Watch, satellite-based alert systems to identify possible risk at an early stage, and then also have proper risk mitigation measures in place. And then our traceability process links mapped farms to raw material batches and then the finished goods batches. This strengthens our EUDR readiness and gives us greater visibility and integrity across the value chain.
Impressive. Impressive. At the center of every agricultural food chain, right, are the farmers whose livelihoods depend on the land and whose efforts ultimately sustain the industry. John Vance, I'm aware, works closely with thousands of smallholder farmers. Why are farmers at the heart of our sustainability strategy?
Yeah, so this is very important question, Veronica. So at John Vance, we believe responsible and quality focused sourcing starts with the farmers. Farmers are not simply suppliers to us; they are partners in the value chain.
All right.
And what happens at the farm directly affects the product quality and environmental protection, long term availability of all the agri commodities that we do today. So today we work with a network of more than 100,000 farmers across West Africa. Our support goes beyond agriculture training. We focus on farmer well being, child labor protection and remediation, uh, climate awareness, good farming practices, and climate resilience. We also help farmers become more financially secure through record keeping, stronger cooperatives, village saving loan association, and access to financial institutions. And because the farmer is part of a wider household and community. We support women through livelihood programs such as vegetable gardening, soap making trainings. So, when we strengthen the farmers and their families, we also strengthen the quality, resilience, and integrity of our entire value chain.
Thank you. Thank you, Saloni. So, looking back at the reporting period, which achievements or milestones would you say you're most proud of?
Okay. So, what makes us most proud is the way different parts of our responsible sourcing or responsible business strategy are coming together across value chains. So, for example, in 2025, we trained more than 50,000 farmers only in Nigeria on social compliance, environmental responsibility, agriculture productivity, quality management. We also strengthened the deforestation risk system and farm to factory traceability while maintaining international certification and assurance systems such as FSSA 22K, Halal, Kosher, Rainforest Alliance, among others. Another important part of Pride is our bean to bar story. And also, you see a lot of products here that are actually sourced and made fully in Nigeria. So, which demonstrates the 360-degree end to end value chain approach we have built. Starting with the cocoa from our own farms, we manage the journey through responsible cultivation, traceable sourcing, processing, production, and final packaging, all within Nigeria. And
Sir.
it's completely made in Nigeria. So this enables us to take a fully finished value added product from farm to shelf, connect end buyers more closely with its origin, and reduce the transport related carbon footprint associated with moving raw materials and semi processed materials across different countries. So these achievements show that our global growth is being supported by quality, traceability, value addition, and responsible operations.
Fantastic. Fantastic, Saloni. Now, we're all aware, publishing a first sustainability report is a significant milestone, but it is also the beginning of a new level of accountability and transparency. Now that Johnvents has delivered its first sustainability report, what comes next?
Yeah. So I think, it's, I would say, GRI compliant sustainability report. So I think for us, the next phase is really about global scale, consistent execution, and measurable improvement. So John Vance is evolving into a global agribusiness, right? We have seen immense growth in last 3 years. We already source from more than 12 origin countries, export to over 30 countries, and have a presence and market reach across Africa, Asia, the European Union, and North America. As that footprint grows, our priority is to ensure that the same responsible standard follow us wherever we operate. That means building consistent approaches to traceability, human rights, farmer engagement, environmental performance, health and safety, governance across our businesses and value chain. We now have a clear understanding of our baseline performance. The next step is to execute against those baselines, improve our performance year on year, and deliver stronger outcomes: emission, water, waste, workplace safety, farmer resilience, deforestation free sourcing. Ultimately, the goal is not to simply publish another year report, it is to demonstrate measurable improvement and show that Johnvents can grow globally while remaining responsible, transparent, strongly connected to the farmers, communities at the heart of our business. So you should look forward to our next GRI compliant report. Yeah.
Okay, so in 5 years we're having this conversation again. What would success look like for you on the Johnvents sustainability stance?
Yeah. So I think for us, it will be to make sure that across we have executed all our frameworks, all the policy structure across the origin where we expand. We have value addition in all the countries that we are talking about. And then we continue delivering this GRI compliant report every year and making sure it complies to all the international requirements, reports on scope 1, scope 2, scope 3 emissions. Mathematics. That is what we want to do as sustainability department.
All right. Thank you once again for sharing these insights, Saloni. What comes through very clearly is that sustainability at Johnvents is not a standalone initiative. It is becoming an integral part of how the group creates value, manages risk, supports communities, and prepares for the future. Congratulations on this important milestone once again, and we look forward to seeing what the next chapter of the journey unfolds.
Thank you so much, Veronica. So I would also like to introduce our first GRI compliant sustainability report for everyone. So at Johnvents, we strongly believe in what we cannot measure, cannot control. So please enjoy the read. It's available at www.johnvents.com. Please download and do read. Thank you.
Thank you, Saloni. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. Till next time.
Thank you so much, Veronica.